And we're live.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, and welcome to another episode of Darkness in Dublin for the Demon Venue. In this particular event, we find two members of the Mage's venue who've arrived at the apartment building which Lily and Carol Quinn, up until quite recently, called home. Since their apartment has just exploded, that may be something of a difficulty. At this point, since the police were reasonably quick to answer reports of an explosion, which is not something they get every day, Lile and Carol are both not at home. Lile is currently still at the tyrant's residence, and Carol is off buying shopping, or whatever it is Carol does on an evening. At this point, it's been around 30 minutes to an hour since the explosion happened, and while the area has been cordoned off, it's become more and more porous as investigations have begun, and the first responders and the crime scene investigation team have reported that they can't find anything particularly unusual. Reports of a greenish fire by locals are convincing them that it was some sort of natural gas leak or perhaps some sort of chemical explosion. And there is a question about whether Lile or Carol will have to be investigated on possible drugs charges, but at least for the moment, no one's suspecting or really mentioning the word terrorism. With that in mind, I shall hand over to our two Magi. Enjoy!
Well, Ryan, as a lovely officer with the Garda Emergency Response Unit, would probably have been probably one of the, probably second wave of the police to show up. Just because, explosion kind of attracts the attention of the ERU. They have to do their investigation. And his first response after having gotten on scene would have been, nicotine, check the police tape, make sure the police tape is up. And then, finally, gathering the reports from the police officers, what they've already found. Which at this point is probably not much.
For Anna's part, she is making her way to the area. The rumor of green fire strikes a particular memory of recent events in her, and possible connection to the incident she witnessed at the concert. Her curiosity has gotten the better of her, and she's come to snoop, if nothing else.
So, one of the first things Ryan would be doing would be checking to see if anything out of place or could possibly explain the cause of an explosion. Looking for stuff like, is there actually a gas line to this apartment?
There is, and it's reasonably new. Like the gas main, at least in this particular apartment, looks like it was installed. Well, what's left of it looks like it was installed maybe last year or so.
He's going to make a, I guess it'd be correspondence and forces, using the sense for both, to try and see if he can pinpoint like which direction the explosion came from based off of the like explosion patterns or the fire patterns.
That will require rolls.
Yes, it will. That roll that sweet arete.
Yep.
It's first dot, coincidental before. It's fast casting because he doesn't actually know that route. Could be the 5. 2 successes.
With 2 successes, the fire doesn't have a specific ignition point. It appears to have just appeared everywhere simultaneously.
Oh, this is where he wishes he had Prime. Or time, but he doesn't.
Yeah. Prime would have told you a lot more.
Yeah. No shit. So, next thing that he'd go about checking is seeing if, just to rule it out for giggles and grins, is use matter to check the structural integrity of the gas lines. Just basically trying to rule that out. So that'd be matter.
Are you looking to check if they were actually weakened at any point?
Yeah.
Right.
2 successes for matter 1.
They were not in any way, shape, or form apparently weakened.
Oh, Jesus.
They appear to have been just as structurally sound as they were when they were first installed. It's around this time, by the way, that Lile will step out of the portal that's near her home.
What portal?
The police. Remember the doorway, the portal doorway you got dragged through?
Oh, okay, that portal. Check.
It's 2 blocks away from your house, so.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can see the flashing lights of all the police in the apartment building.
Fuck.
And you'll also probably see Anna snooping around near the police assembly.
Oh, fuck.
Where Ryan is in the middle of the apartment and that look of, what the fuck? This doesn't follow any of the laws of science.
At this point, would Ryan kindly make me an arete roll?
Yes. What difficulty?
Diff 8, please.
1 success.
1 success. Okay. As you are standing there, quietly wondering to yourself how the fucking hell this happened, you feel a vibration. Not necessarily like a buzzing in the air, but it's sort of like a mystical energy that you can feel. You don't have Prime, so you can't identify it or trace it, but you can feel it. Like a vibration in your kidneys type thing.
Anthony.
Jawohl.
I am not gonna go very close to the police because that's scary shit. Especially since some people are apparently looking at me for fraud.
They're now also looking at you for potential drug offences.
Jesus Christ.
Green fire. They think your apartment might have been a meth lab.
Of course, yes. So, there is a building opposite of mine, which I will hope to be able to, like, I don't know, get like a balcony or something. And I want to activate my heightened senses from my dark form. So I want to roll fate.
Let's see. to get into the other building, that's relatively easy. Just like push a button so someone answers. Yeah, I have a parcel for so and so. You get in. Yeah, it does. It's not that difficult. You get up to one of the upper levels, maybe maybe manage to get through a fire escape onto the roof.
Yeah,
it's not that
sort of
difficult.
like that. Yeah, I want to be close enough so that I can hear what they're saying, if they're saying anything.
Okay, with
I'll roll
heightened
some faith.
senses, it's a bit difficult from the roof, but it is doable.
Oh, I got my my APOC enhanced senses. That was the thing up. So
Yeah. Okay. Roll me perception of alertness.
check. Still need to have that specialty at some point. God damn it! I keep forgetting that. Oh well, perception alertness. That is 3 successes.
Okay. You hear mostly just police chatter, like ordinary sort of police conversation. A few people you hear talk about whether or not this was a meth lab or some other sort of like maybe an LSD manufacturing facility. After all, they say the area looks scummy enough. It probably was.
Oh, by the way, Anthony, we did not have this apartment on our names whatsoever.
Okay. They might presumably have some way of tracing it, but we'll see. I'll leave that up to Evan if he wants to throw that into your other plot.
Okay.
But yeah, you do hear something curious. You hear a very elegant sounding woman interrupt a couple of what you assume to be quite senior officers, and she talks about like she's a public defender essentially, representing the representing the tenant of this building, and the police are kind of confused, like who the hell is the tenant? Why does the tenant have a place around here? And she says the tenant sublets this place out to various people in need. And eventually you hear that the tenant, according to this woman, is a Mr. Simon Carrigan. And she's his apparent lawyer. And she's there with documents to say basically, yes, there were gas issues with this place and it was going to be clean. The gas works were going to be redone and you don't have to worry. It's essentially a rich person's go the fuck away. And at a certain point, one of the officers gets on his radio and you hear him talk. And after a few seconds, he says, Pierce, can you do me a favor?
What do you need?
Just check the pipes if you can, gas lines. We got some woman down here saying she's the lawyer of the owner. Oh, tenant or whatever the hell he was. Apparently she says the work was should be done.
Pipelines look all clear. They're structurally sound.
Are you sure? Because she's saying something different down here.
He'll check the pipelines again. I'll make an arete roll to check them with matter.
Oh, you've already done it. Bear in mind, like with matter, you've already checked, and yeah, they are structurally sound. You are absolutely certain.
Yeah. I'll just make sure that nothing magic happened when I sense something.
No, not like you've still got matter perception just enough up that you're able to go like, yeah, nothing funky.
Yeah. They're completely structurally sound. They look relatively new.
Right here, then. I'll have a word with this woman, see what we can find out. Click. And Lile sees the woman basically get called over by the other officers. And within 5 minutes, she's on the phone and you can tell from what you can pick up, she's not speaking English anymore. She's speaking some sort of. It sounds like Italian, so maybe an Italian regional language, but you aren't quite sure.
I don't think Lou understands what Italian sounds like, but something foreign.
Yeah, it sounds vaguely Europeanish and not Germanic. It doesn't sound like angry German.
Hmm. Anthony, would I be able to hear this?
You will have heard snippets of like this woman arguing with the police.
Mm-hmm.
And when she walked off to talk on the phone, she walked closer to where you are standing.
Okay.
Do you have what level of academics do you have?
3.
She's talking something like Italian.
Something.
She's definitely talking something like Italian. It's not French or Spanish. You're definitely picking up words that sound very much Italian.
Okay.
Do you speak any Italian?
No, that's not on the list of languages I have.
Right. What languages do you have?
Welsh, Irish, Gaelic, Enochian, German, Slavic, Russian, Ancient Greek, and Old German.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interestingly enough, every few syllables, you'll pick up on something that makes it sound vaguely Enochian. And after a little bit, it sort of occurs to you that she might be speaking in code. It's a combination of Italian and Enochian.
Ooh. That's interesting. I do have cryptography.
Yep.
But I think would that apply here?
Not really. That's more of like when you have time to sit down and figure shit out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
After a certain bit, the police, most of the officers will get sent off to do other work as the job basically gets cleared as, yeah, this isn't terrorist and there's no immediate evidence of drugs. Eventually, like you hear one of the officers say that he's willing to put money on the fact that this was probably an insurance scam. That maybe that's why the buildings, like maybe that's why there was green fire. It was some sort of chemical accelerant he was trying to use, and that's why the whole building didn't go up, and that's why there isn't fire everywhere. This guy rigged it to only go off in this one specific area.
Or that a green fire can be caused by an excessive amount of copper, so could be copper-based accelerant.
Yeah. So it's like this guy is basically saying, yeah, I'd put money on it being insurance. And they're all sort of laughing as they leave. Ryan will be still upstairs investigating, unless you wish to say he comes down.
He'd probably, after a little bit, especially with the matter site up where he can tell there's not a whole fuck ton of copper everywhere that would signify.
No, there isn't. No.
Yeah. So it's like, no, can narrow that out. No, can narrow that out. There's not a fuck ton of drugs everywhere.
Yep.
I hope. I don't think.
There's not a fuck ton of drugs everywhere.
Okay. Yeah. Just making sure.
At this point, I'd like
to go down
the two
first.
mages. I'd like the two mages to make an arete roll, and I would like the demon to make a faith roll. All at difficulty 7.
Jesus. Difficulty 7. Wow. All right.
I have
Good.
a feeling I. Oh well. Nope, I fail.
So do I.
1 success.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Okay, Ryan and Lile get nothing. They don't detect anything. But all the way down on the street, book in hand, little Anna is just quietly making notes. When suddenly this chill passes over her. It's like that feeling when someone walks over your grave,
Phew.
but this feels magical. Her own knowledge of magic makes her aware that this feels like someone's magically walked over her grave. And a couple of seconds later, behind Ryan and with his back to it, a tiny line begins to form in the air, slowly getting longer, forming out of faint, flickering green flames. As it gets longer, it begins to widen, until after a few long moments, it is turned into something like a green, flaming circle. At that point, he notices.
Would I notice it too? Because I was gonna ask. Actually, I do have enhanced senses on. So
I'm trying. When it gets big enough for him to notice the glow, then yes, it will also be big enough for the glow to just basically shine out of the building enough that you can see it.
okay.
So now there's green glowing light with a flickering quality emanating from the hole in the wall. From Neil's perspective.
Yeah. Away from the fire. Away from the fire. Down the building. Out the building. Away from the fire.
As you take a step backwards, the fire itself ripples and you hear, "Stop!" And you actually feel a faint compulsion. It's not like it won't force you guarantee, but it's like a mental pressure to obey.
Can I make a quick? Because I was gonna ask this earlier, actually. Especially since Ryan has his matter sight on, can I make a perception awareness roll to just check that he is like supernatural?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
And this seems like, since the police are gone and something magical is happening, this seems like a good time to go inside.
Yes. This would be an excellent time for the various magical beings to go inside and be magical.
Yep.
I'm good where I am right now. I can see what's going on.
Coward.
Yes. I mean, I already don't have any money. I don't have any home. There's not much left for me to lose at this point.
Pansy ass bitch.
Wow. I mean, I'm like literally, I can look inside. I'm good. I can jump if I need to be there.
As the embodiment of God in this universe, stupid fallen.
Ha.
Not even able to do their jobs. Okay. Does Ryan stop, or does he keep backing off?
It would be the keep backing up because don't know what's coming, and probably would be the hand on the pistol.
Okay.
Oh yeah, pistol is out.
In that case, I need to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your arete? What is your arete rating?
3.
Okie dokie. In that case, I'm going to need you to make me a couple of rolls so I don't have to make them.
Okay.
Also, that way I can't be accused of cheating. Roll me 9 dice, please.
What difficulty?
This, I believe, is diff. Yep, diff 6.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okie dokie. And what is your arete rating?
3.
Okay. Roll me 3 more dice, please.
What difficulty?
Diff 6 again.
0.
0. Right. That's tedious. Okay. In that case, there's a pulse of green fire that flickers through the air, but dissipates before it can reach you. And you hear a rumbling roar from inside the fiery circle. It is beginning to twist and turn itself into a spear.
This is... Yeah. I'm going to be making a correspondence roll, activating Slipstream.
Are you trying to run away?
Slipstream is specifically a power designed to enhance my ability to dodge.
Okie dokie. In that case, in that case, I believe, roll me 12 dice, please.
Do I need to roll my dice for Slipstream first?
Yes.
0 successes.
Okay. Don't bother rolling the 12 dice then. Because you apparently didn't get the effect to work. In that case, let's see.
The dice gods either love me or hate me. I'm not sure which. Zanesh, what are you doing?
Please roll 8 dice. You are trusting in the dice gods.
Standard diff?
Yep.
4 successes.
4 successes. Okie dokie. In that case, there's another pulse of energy that rushes out. This time to a full 10 meters in every direction. Please soak, if you can, 4 levels of aggravated damage.
Yep, nope.
Ouch.
What's ag soak?
Yep.
Yeah. Yikes.
And you get,
Anthony?
again, you hear the roar. Yep.
This is like a portal, right?
Not quite.
Okay, so there's no opening, basically.
There sort of is and sort of isn't. Basically, okay. Something is forming,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not a portal in the sense of it's not like the portals for the gate net for the Magic Path network. This is more of an unfolding flower sort of thing.
I was more thinking whether I would put a bullet in it or not, but
Question: would that effect be dodgeable?
Unfortunately, not by the looks of it,
Okay.
because it goes in every direction. So unless you can somehow jump 10 meters in a single action, it's not really dodgeable.
That's fair.
Heather, are you going to make your way in by now?
Yes.
Okay. You will arrive at the apartment just in time to see but not get hit by the whoosh of green fiery death.
Ooh.
And yes, it is the same bright green acidic.
Oh, lovely. And someone who looks like a police officer apparently injured.
Yes. You see Copper get wounded. Please make me a perception awareness roll.
Certainly. One success.
One success. Okay, roll me a chance die.
All right. High or low?
Let's go with high.
It is high.
Alright, in that case, you sense a powerful magical energy coming from the glowing sphere of fire that is clearly floating several feet off the ground and couldn't be any more obviously supernatural if it fucking tried.
Okay, well, we are going to not fuck with that until we know what it is. And then going to go check on the officer.
Who is going to be trying to get the fuck out of the blast radius of that thing? Because dear fuck, where he's going to be trying to get as far away from it as fast as possible.
The thing begins to ripple, and in the center of it, you see fingers begin to push their way out of the center, and you get the realization that something is trying to crawl its way out of the middle.
Crap. Going to activate Prime Sight.
Okay. Roll your arity.
Three successes.
Okay. Now roll me your willpower.
Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 9.
Oh boy. No successes.
No successes. Please message me later in order to determine a derangement.
Oh boy. Okay.
As you look through the gap, as you observe this strange portal construction through Prime Sight, you are shown a glimpse into the absolute inhumanity of the consciousness of an Earthbound.
Oh shit. Okay.
Anthony,
Yep.
I think I'm gonna wind punch it.
This time it's not strictly speaking a portal.
No.
It's more of an egg.
Yeah, well, it can still stay in the fucking egg.
You're not even in the room.
I know.
You can't fist of air from that range.
I can't? there a
I don't
range to
think.
it?
I really hope there is. Otherwise, this is going to
I
be
mean,
fucking
this is
irritating.
Demon. You know this is
Okay.
Demon.
Lore of the
Chris,
Wind. Yep.
please,
know.
please, yeah.
Must be able to see her target to use the evocation on it. It's line of sight.
I will point out, you cannot see direct line of sight to the thing itself. You can see the glow it's generating.
Okay, do you want me to make a perception alerted roll to check if I can see it?
Basically, one of the walls of the building of that particular apartment was blown out,
Yeah.
and the apartment wall that was blown out does not face the road. And since you were on the opposite side of the road, you can't see into the apartment. You can
Okay,
see the
I
glow.
presumed it was all blown out because I would have gone to the empty wall, of course. But
No,
okay,
no.
fine. Okay. How many
you can
people
fly
are?
around. You can fly around to
Yeah,
to where
I
you can
know,
see
but
it.
then I will need to activate my wings. So, how many people are there on the streets?
By this point, it's clearing out. There's still maybe 12 or 15 milling about.
15. Okay, and how far of a jump would it be to land on, like, a place where I'm still reasonably away from things and have a clear line of sight?
That's going to require like parkouring your way across quite a few buildings.
Or manipulate gravity.
Exactly.
Jumping 20 yards per success.
If you wanted to make it to a building where you could see in with manipulate gravity, that's going to be a 60-foot jump.
So 3 successes.
60 feet is 20 yards.
Oh wait.
That's
Oh,
only one success.
okay.
Oh yeah, 20 yards.
That's cool. I don't understand that system, so I'm
Yeah, I even I struggle with Imperial, and they were still teaching it when I was at school.
okay.
20 yards is roughly 20 meters.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the only way I work it out.
I did not even know that. So that is. Oh god, what was the roll I needed to make for this? Strength athletics.
Yep.
Oh boy.
One of your worst dice
boy. I
Imagine if
only
you
have worst
leapt
dice.
and just.
Well.
I wonder if you jump and just plummet.
Yeah, I don't want to think about it. Oh, how am I gonna do this?
It's even funnier if you botch, because then you'll leap, fall, and
Yeah.
lose a point of faith all in it.
Yeah.
Like to add insult to injury.
I'm gonna do it. Am I allowed to spend willpower on this?
Yep.
Okay. Then I will spend the willpower on this.
That's one. I believe that's an automatic success.
Yes, and I'm very happy I did. Because now I have my 20 yards.
Okay, so boing.
And else I would have had to fail.
Boink.
Up.
You now have a clear line of sight, and you can see the hideous green thing with now 2 arms and the beginnings of shoulders pushing their way through. It looks, actually, if all of you wouldn't mind making me medicine checks, intelligence medicine.
Oh, okay.
Don't have medicine.
Then you can't make the roll, I believe.
Awesome.
Yeah. I do. I have 2 successes.
Minus
Okay,
one penalties.
Hold on. Are you able to make a roll if you don't have the knowledge?
No, you cannot.
If you have a knowledge, you can't make the roll.
Yeah, you need to have medicine.
Okay.
What is the difficulty?
This will be Diff 6. It's fairly standard medical understanding, I would say.
2 successes.
Okay, so you both have 2 successes?
Apparently.
Okay.
Yep.
In that case, both of you recognize that this looks very similar to what it would look like if a person gave birth to a fully formed human arms first,
Ew.
and
Yeah,
it was somehow being born out of a hole in the sky. Also, by this point, Ryan can tell that the person or thing being born has extraordinarily pale skin, long black claw-like fingernails, and bulbous green veins all over its arms and shoulders, and appears to be completely hairless.
That's disgusting.
Yep.
Yep. I think I'm just gonna try and headshot it first. It's still being born, so it must be somewhat vulnerable right now.
Yep.
So that just feels better than trying to. So can I use a round to aim? Like, how fast is it being born?
It'll be at roughly chest level in a round. In 2 rounds, it'll be at waist level. Round after that, knees. Round after that, fully born. You got about
Okay.
4 rounds.
Okay, I will wait 1 round and then I'll try and pump bullets into its brains.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Ryan's going to be, because the round in his current pistol is not going to cut it. He's going for the other pistols. He's going for the other rounds. By other round, he's hot-shotting his pistol.
You motherfucker. Why must 2 people manage to outdo all my work? How am I supposed to kill you if you keep coming up with inventive ways of beating me?
Sorry, go on.
He will spend a willpower on the hot shot. So the first roll is 4 successes.
What are you saying?
Anna's gonna go ahead and activate her forces shield.
Smart thinking.
Heather?
Yes?
I've just realised what derangement you've taken.
Okay.
It's perfect. You have taken pyrophobia.
Oh boy!
Oh no.
Because you examined fire.
Mm-hmm.
So please make a note of that. You are now suffering from severe pyrophobia.
I mean, the forces shield makes sense.
Yep.
Yep. Roleplay your newfound pants-wetting terror accordingly.
So Anna is backing up. She's shaking. She's trembling. She's trying to keep it together long enough to get up a forces shield to hopefully protect herself from the fire.
Okay, you'll have to roll to do it.
Okay, so once the round is over, pew!
Oh, that's a botch.
What, your arete roll?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Okay, how much paradox does that mean? Because I'd giggle if you had a paradox backlash in the while mid fighting an abomination from beyond time.
It's only 2.
Nah, not enough to warrant a paradox backlash, unfortunately.
No.
Whoever said that DMs shouldn't be adversarial was wrong. It's much more fun when we're trying to kill you.
Little bit, yeah. So at this point, Anna is just cowering in the corner behind Ryan.
And
Yeah.
so
Pew,
I know Saskia was taking a shot.
pew,
Yep.
pew, 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 pew. So,
How many successes to hit?
I still need to roll because how many bonus do I get from aiming? Is it just +1 or -1 difficulty?
I think it's -1.
I thought so too.
I think it's -1 per round you take up to -3. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I thought so too. So I only used 1 round, so I'm at the 5 to aim. But since I'm trying to go for a headshot, I will be at div 7.
Yep.
Agreed? Okay. And I miss. Well, fuck my life.
All that effort.
Yeah, right? God damn it,
Coming
put
right
effort in.
down the shitter.
Yeah, I mean that's the roll. That's how it goes. And next time I'll just blow you through a window again. I don't know, like
Okay.
Buy me dinner first.
Yeah, and
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Ryan is readying his pistol, taking aim. By that, he's rolling Arete and upping his hot shot some more. He is spending the willpower.
I mean, I doubt you guys would have even seen me, so all you just hear is a shot and nothing happens. This is kind of anticlimactic.
So
Yeah,
two
that's like
more
boom.
successes.
Whoosh!
Okay, so if we're doing like semi rounds, I guess next is what Heather's doing.
Okay. Heather, apart from like crouching in terror, what else would you like to do?
I think with an extreme phobia, I can still make a willpower roll to overcome it.
I believe so.
So I'm going to make a willpower roll. Let's see. What is the difficulty? Is it? Oh boy, it would be at least difficulty 7. Anthony, you want to set it higher than 7?
I'm going to say diff 8.
Okay. Yeah,
It's not a botch.
no successes.
Yeah.
I failed.
Okay. Continue pissing yourself with fear.
So what's Saskia doing? Or Lil?
Lil is just gonna try and shoot again. This time without any nice fancy prep work.
Okay.
But he's still gonna go for headshots. So diff 8 at this point.
Yep.
Boom! 3 successes.
Okie dokie. In that case, roll for damage. Because it can't exactly dodge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the head.
Okie dokie. In that case, Chris, could you roll me 5 dice, please?
Yep. You got a 10, 7, 8, and then a 5 and 3.
How many above 6?
3.
Okay. That's 3 damage you just inflicted, Saskia.
Wait, I was counting wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 4
4
damage.
damage you just inflicted.
To the head.
It looks pretty badly fucked up.
I was gonna say, for normal things, I believe a headshot with 4 lethal results in someone's head being blown off. But I understand this is not a normal thing.
Yep.
No.
So then now Ryan's going to be pulling the trigger and firing into this thing. Question, does he have the point blank modifier?
Yes.
Okay, so
At
his base
at this range, yes.
Okay, so he'd have base diff 4. Called shot would make it diff 6. He's going to put 2 of the hot shotting to bring it back down to diff 6. Or not diff 6, diff 4. That uses up 2, which leaves 5 successes towards damage. He will spend a willpower to negate wound penalties. God, that's 3 willpower down. This better be worth it. D10. Greater than or equal to 4. F1. Big bang. 7 successes to hit.
Yep, again, it's not going to be able to dodge.
So 6 will roll over. What's the base damage of 9mm pistol? I think that's only 4 base. Okay, which leaves... So 2 went to lowering the diff, which leaves 4 plus the auto for damage. Okay. For 14 lethal to the head.
14 lethal.
Yep.
It's not even worth rolling for soak. Okay. You put the bullet in its head. Its head pops. It is immediately pulled back through the portal thing, which closes and vanishes with a flash.
Yeah.
At that point, the entire building begins to vibrate as you hear Ryan Pierce. You are seen. And every mirror and shard of glass in the building shatters explosively. Ominous portents are ominous and portentous.
Lil is kind of sitting there, and the other building is like, oh, for once it's not me.
Well, this is where I grab the civilian that is cowering in the corner, and I start pulling her out. Despite the fact I'm fucking injured.
Oh, it doesn't take a lot of convincing to get her to go, and when she realizes she's injured, you're injured, she'll be trying to drag you out so she can get out faster.
Yeah, Heather.
Yes.
The fire's gone, but it might come back. The fire is gone, but it might come back.
Oh yes.
Anthony, has our XP been approved by chance?
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want to make the awareness roll for the fuck ton of magic that was in that bullet?
Yeah, I'll just do that. Although I kind of think that
I mean, because I'm pretty sure it probably did more than just destroy the head with that much damage.
no, that was an absolutely mundane bullet. I do not know what you're talking about. What kind of magic? Clearly, the only one behind you is the one who is actually magic. Maybe you're part of an Earthbound committee.
By the way, when the two Magi get outside,
Yeah.
there's a team of 12 men in full SWAT gear standing ready. The police have all moved back, and the SWAT are now leveling their guns at the entrance. When you get closer, however,
ERU is the SWAT.
allow me to point this out to you.
Yeah.
When Ryan gets closer, close enough to look at the symbols on the clothing, you notice a strange symbol on each of their flak jackets over their hearts. It's not a police symbol that you recognize. It looks more like some sort of coat of arms or weird tattoo thing. Please make me I believe this one would be intelligence occult.
Yeah.
Can I
Impossible
make
to form dice pool.
Hang on. Say that again, Sass?
I was just wondering if I could make the same roll because I will be trying to keep an eye on the two of them.
Yes. Once you've gotten down to a point where you can actually see the police, then yes, you can make the roll.
Okay.
So I could make the same roll?
Yes.
Awesome.
It was mainly that Ryan is himself a copper, and therefore more likely to spot it.
Ah, okay.
Especially since I have a magical badge too.
Yep.
Oh yeah, now I have
7. This will be.
Oh, and I have my enhanced senses up. Actually, I think with my enhanced senses, I did get successes on the magic spotting thing. Yeah, 1 success at least.
Okay, there was, as you comprehend it, there was faith in that there bullet.
Yeah. Check.
And 4 successes for me on the intelligence occult roll.
Okay, and
I also. Oh no, wait, it's intelligence occult. I have 2 successes.
Okay.
And 2 of those are 10s. If the specialty folklore applies.
I rolled perception occult. I'm gonna re-roll. I'm sorry, I rolled wrong.
Yeah, would folklore apply? No,
Okay.
it wouldn't apply.
1 success.
Well,
That's right.
okay. What about Ryan?
Ryan doesn't have a cult.
Yep.
Okay.
Unable to form dice pool.
Okay, in that case, from Lile's perspective, she recognizes the symbol because she's seen it before. It was on the clothing of the tyrant's men.
Okay.
From the perspective of Anna, it is a symbol composed of multiple religious and Enochian sigils overlaying each other. And according to certain stories, particularly related to the Hermetic traditions, who are very fond of their signs and sigils, it has been used as a badge to represent a prominent fallen angel who, according to legend, could be persuaded to lend aid to those who showed him kindness. But it took a great deal to persuade him. And if current stories are to be believed, at least 2 or 3 attempts have been made to use that symbol in the last 10 years or so with no effect.
Okay.
That is what you got with your 4 successes.
All right. Well, either those guys are hermetics or fallen angels, and she's not sure which one scares her more.
Yep. These men, when they realize that you aren't going to attack them, will basically fan out and they will take hold of Ryan, like 2 of them will support him and walk him to what at first appears to be an ambulance. But given that the doctors are also wearing the same badge embossed on their scrubs, something will strike Anna as being a bit odd. Ryan doesn't even notice the difference, unfortunately.
I want to sneak my way up.
Okay. One of them actually looks directly at you.
Me?
And then he just looks directly at Lile and then nods and waves her through.
I know that they're probably okay with me. I just don't want
Yep.
to be. Fine.
Yep. These guys might. Have you considered that these guys might have enchanted gear?
I'm gonna sneak through anymore. Okay.
Go on, Heather.
Gonna have to roll curiosity here.
Okay.
Okay. That, I think, for mages is willpower, but I'm going to double check that.
It's wits.
Oh, yes, it is.
You can tell how often she runs with curiosity, can't you?
Never. Basically never.
Exactly. Thank you. Never.
Lies.
No successes.
No successes at all.
So,
Yeah.
I got a 7 and a 1. So no
Does
success.
that mean it overwhelms you, or you don't get drawn in?
It means
No, it's overwhelmed.
it means it overwhelms. So Anna is going to go after Ryan toward the ambulance. Say, wait, that's my brother.
One of the paramedics will stop, look at you both, and notice that you don't look even vaguely alike.
Yeah,
actually
it's
got
my
a
brother
picture.
too.
Actually,
It's
got a
my
picture
brother too.
for Ryan, in case it matters.
Say that again?
I actually got a picture for Ryan, so you know what he looks like.
Yeah. The nurse, the paramedics, will also look at Lile. No, she doesn't look like either of the other 2.
I am willing to lie.
At that point, however, one of the men in SWAT gear walks over, leans in, whispers something to the paramedic. He goes, "Ah, Miss Quinn, nice to finally meet you."
And Lile's face immediately goes to thunder. Right. So, nice shooting, she'll say to Ryan. She's gonna completely ignore anyone calling her names.
Yep.
But yeah, she's just gonna lean over. It's like, nice shooting to Ryan.
That's what needed to get done. Don't know
I know.
what it was.
Ryan is made to sit down on the step of the ambulance, and one of the paramedics while she's examining you, you will notice that she has a small silver ring on her left pinky finger,
No, I
which
want to
seems
do
to
the
be
healing.
glowing very, very faintly.
Stupidity.
What was that, Zas?
Nothing. I said, I wanted to do the healing, so I asked if my XP was approved.
Yeah, but well, Leslie, what you will feel is she's generating an aura of healing. Which I'm not sure if that actually works in ag damage. So you may well notice that it doesn't seem to be having an effect. So you can still step in and heal. It'll be instantaneous if you do it.
Thank you. I mean, I really have a shitty dice pool for this, but at least I can do it now. Looking forward to this so much. She's just gonna pretend that she's not doing anything, and she's just gonna hold out her hand for Ryan to sort of clasp, because he should not know that she was the first shooter. So
It's like sympathetic hand holding and magic healing.
Something like that, yes. That is if he grasps her hand.
Where we'll go.
Will Ryan take the proffered hand?
Well, she did offer her hand. The medics know. So he's going to assume that it's more like almost like the nurse offering the hand when you're in pain. So yeah, he'd take it. It'd be almost like that reflexive military training. Like,
okay.
Wouldn't really think about it.
Okay, I'm going to set a willpower up for this. I think that's 2.
Oh God, your dice pool is that small?
Yeah, I said I didn't have a big dice pool for this. I don't build my characters in a way that makes sense.
Don't we fucking know it?
I mean, yeah, 1 health level of lethal or aggravated damage per success. So that is, on the first there is 2 successes, and Lile's just gonna continue to kind of hold Ryan's hands, like, yeah, hi, I'm Patty, and I nice shooting, very nice shooting.
Can I make an awareness roll?
Yes, you can make with awareness roll. I'll make it a diff 5 for the very specific reason that you can actually feel your own flesh closing. Like the wounds are physical, like you can feel them closing up.
Okay.
So you know something shenanigans is going on.
Perception or wits?
Perception awareness.
Okay, so that's 2. Okay, 4. Right.
So I feel up to 3x now, and yeah, fine,
2 successes.
Yep, this woman is radiating Quint. And you can also feel...
I have the sphere of life, so it would seem to me like she's using life on me, probably.
Oh, yeah, what I mean is, like, you're feeling life, like, you're feeling your body healing, but you have also, like, your avatar lets you contain and use a certain amount of Quint. So you are familiar with what Quint feels like.
Yep.
And this woman is radiating that energy. She is radiating quintessence in a way that is vaguely like how it feels when you use it, but not quite the same.
And like Lil held on for 2 turns, aka 6 seconds. and then kind of lets go, and yeah. So yeah, good luck with you know, the doctors. They tend to suck, but yeah. See ya.
Actually, that's a good question. So while she's healing me, would it have been okay to roll Irritate to use life to boost her successes?
It would technically have been allowable,
Okay.
but if you try it retroactively, I'll stick your ass up your own head. Not even head up your ass. I'll do it the other way around.
Well, the reason why I was asking was because I was making the awareness roll when she was making her second roll, so we didn't resolve
That
the first.
was sort of true, yeah.
Well, she's gonna heal you up to full anyway, I think.
No, I'm gonna stop. Like, I got 3 successes altogether, so.
Okay, so I believe you're now down at 1 health level down. And in that case, yes, you can make a roll to use life to heal yourself or boost her last roll.
Yeah, I'd be boosting hers with life. What would be the difficulty?
I'm going to say diff 6.
Okay.
Given that you're already being wuzzied.
Yeah, right. How about I just get some Paradox?
Right.
Paradox did not like me with the double botch.
Yeah. At this point, I get to have a bit of fun. Because at this point, a little girl will just appear out of nowhere. Like, literally, pop, she's there. The SWAT team are all leveling their guns at her. The 2 mages will be able to sense that, like uranium, she is radiating waves of paradox.
Oh dear.
Yes, she's a paradox spirit.
Of life.
Yep.
Is there anything the demon can do, or like?
No, you have no idea what this strain is like. You can feel cold energy off her. It feels vaguely like. If anything, it feels like she's radiating torment.
Gun goes up.
She's essentially giving off, from a demon perspective, waves of cosmic rebellion.
I mean, I give up rays of cosmic rebellion. What's your point?
No, you just give waves of wannabe cosmic rebellion. Yeah,
I mean,
the paradox spirit will walk over, and you notice she's holding a little stuffed teddy, or a little stuffed toy rather. And then when she folds it up to show you, it has Ryan's face on it. Like it's like a picture someone has taken and super glued on. And she says, "This is my dolly," and she begins squeezing the neck of it. Ryan can't breathe.
Boom.
It looks like a 6-year-old carrying an evil voodoo doll.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Shit.
If it helps, the little girl is wearing polka dot petticoats.
Okay. I think I think I have an idea of what to do here.
Take an uncirclable bashing damage, Ryan.
Can't I hold my breath?
This isn't just the squeezing of your chest, of your throat. This is also magical evil was.
Yeah.
Anna is going to approach the girl and talk to her.
You like my dolly? Says the little girl.
It's a nice dolly.
He's mine! And she hugs it tightly, taking another bashing damage as each and every one of your ribs cracks simultaneously.
Ow.
Oh.
Ow.
I don't know what Lil needs to do right now. She's left so torn. She doesn't know what to do. This is creepy. This girl is probably not something I can hit with a gun.
Nope. I'll let you know if you shoot her, it will go right through her.
Yeah, that's sort of what Lil was expecting, or what I was expecting. So therefore, Lil, because Lil's not incredibly stupid. So she's just gonna go over to Ryan and try and keep him healing, because apparently this is the thing now.
Anna is going to ask the girl, "Why are you here?"
He invited me. And she points at Ryan.
Whose bashing is all gone now, by the way.
And next round, another point of bashing will happen, even though the rest is healed. Because she's still squeezing the dolly.
And so all my rips just keep popping.
Yeah, basically, every time you heal, it's just like, heal, crack, heal, heal.
That's not gonna work.
Deeply unpleasant.
He invited you here.
Yes.
Do you know you're hurting him?
I'm not hurting anybody. I'm hugging my dolly. And she squeezes tighter. Take 2 bashing.
Ow.
Aren't you glad you have a demon who can soak all your bashing at once?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if you got knocked out by a small child in petticoats.
I mean,
Anna is going to sit down next to the child on the floor. Okay. Oh, I see. You are just hugging your dolly.
Yep.
It's just a coincidence that my friend over there is getting hurt when you're hugging your dolly, isn't it?
She looks at you and then leans in close and whispers in sort of like a stage whisper. Dolly doesn't like him. He stole Dolly's face.
Oh no! That's
And
horrible.
she points at the face that is obvious, that like you can tell it's Ryan's face. So
What if we gave Dolly a new face?
she blinks at that and then says, "But Dolly's face is Dolly's face." Wait, I know what to do. Says Logan, and she starts clapping her hands, holding the dolly. I've got a great idea.
oh dear.
And then she turns and runs at Ryan.
Oh no.
And
Oh no,
the
Lil's
dolly,
gonna stand in between.
the doll, and the doll moves on its own, reaches inside its own dress, and pulls out a small but clearly sharp scalpel.
Yeah, no, definitely standing in between.
As
Fuck that
the
shit.
girl says, "We'll give him a new face."
Really?
Yep.
But Lil says that like in character. She doesn't quite know if she's looking at Anna, who she actually recognizes, or at Ryan. It's just in general like, really?
And you thought demons dealt with abominable entities.
Well, that's sort of going through Lil's head. She's like, I'm not that bad, but she will try and grab the doll.
Okay. In that case, make me your roll to grab. It'll be Dex roll.
Yeah, I know. Oh god. Scroll.
At the same time, Ryan,
Yep.
please roll me 10 dice.
I got a success.
A single success. Okay.
Do you want to know how many are above
Jesus.
6?
How many are above 6?
Fucking hell.
7.
Okay. What happens is, Saskia, you guys grab the doll. The doll, on its own, jumps out of the little girl's hand, does a front flip over your grasping arm, and lands, ramming its scalpel into Ryan's shoulder. Take 1 lethal damage.
Can I not attempt to dodge?
You can neither attempt to dodge nor soak. Remember, evil paradox spirits.
Ah.
Oh god.
It's basically here to fuck with you.
We're all initiative now?
Yeah.
Yes, if you wouldn't mind rolling me a d10 for the spirit, Ryan.
Okay. Plus what for the spirit?
It will be +8.
I'm on 15.
Okay.
So the spirit has a 9 and Ryan has a 9.
Okay.
How
What is his dex?
4.
His wits?
3.
Okay. The spirit goes first.
Is Honest joining in on the initiative?
Yeah, I am.
Bet you didn't expect this when the scene started.
No, I didn't.
Nope.
Nope. No one expects paradox spirits.
Yep.
15.
I like to keep certain paradox spirits in my pocket just in
Okay.
case.
So, who has the
I
higher
just-
dex? Anna or Lil?
I got 3.
I also have. Wait, no, I don't. I have 2.
Okay.
Lile goes first.
Yay.
So I believe it will be Lile, Anna, Spirit, Ryan.
Yep. Sounds about right. Yeah. Lil is going to. Actually, that might work. Would the spirit count as a living being?
It does not.
Figured. Okay, then this does not work.
Other than for throwing it around.
Well, I was thinking like, okay, I have a power called cleanse. It is evil. It must have something evil inside it. I can cleanse it. But no.
No, it's a spirit whose fundamental nature defines life taken to its most paradoxical extreme.
Yeah, Lil's just gonna and push it off, or pull it off of Ryan again, or at least get
I'm going to point out that the doll is acting independently. The little girl is just stood there doing nothing at this point. As soon as the doll let out of her hands, she stopped moving.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and attempt to like, yeah, as I said, get that doll away from Ryan. And I fail. So next.
Right. Anna?
Okay. The doll and the little girl seem tied together, right?
No, the doll leapt out of the little girl's hands and has proceeded to dig a scalpel into Ryan's shoulder. The little girl hasn't moved even an inch since the doll left her grasp.
Okay. Going to go to Ryan and try to grab the doll.
Yep, I agree.
I'm guessing that would be Dex Brawl?
Yep.
Okay.
You had to suggest giving a new face, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. 2 successes.
Okay. Chris, if you wouldn't mind rolling me 10 dice.
Dolly. 2 successes.
I believe that was the same as Heather, and I believe she said the wind.
Yes.
So now it is the evil doll's turn. Time for it to try and cut your face off.
Yeah.
Kindly roll me 10 dice.
Yep. And Ryan is going to be attempting to counter with a counter throw. He
That's
is trained.
Interesting point. Can you guess what ability the thing is trying to use for this roll?
Melee?
Medicine.
Oh god.
It's going to try and surgically remove your face with the scalpel.
Oh god. Good thing I'm counter throwing. Try and pull away some of those successes. Because wound penalties help me get there. Yeah. It got 8 successes to my none. Because of those fucking ones.
Ouch.
One sort of bitch. In that case,
the dice god loves the doll.
Yep. The scalpel goes. You feel it go into your cheek. You feel the thing flick it, and the skin of your face, from one side of your mouth down to the other side, is cut away. You now have a flap of skin where your chin should be.
How?
You will, from that, I'm going to be kind-ish and say that's going to cost you 3 lethal damage, uncirclable, and you will gain 1 free action that you can take immediately for one very specific reason. Having your face cut open is going to trigger fight or flight, and I'm going to assume you're going to want to try and kill this thing.
Well, would you like to know where I'm at?
Where?
I'm unconscious.
You've reached unconscious.
Because of the bashing.
Oh, God.
I mean, didn't you only get 2 bashing after that, after I healed you?
Yeah, because she healed you fully, and then you got a bit more bashing.
Yeah.
So you should only be at 5 damage.
1 ag, and 4 lethal.
Yeah, it's true.
That's 7 health levels. I am perfectly incapacitated.
Right. I recommend in that case. Okay, let's see, because there is technically a way out of this.
I can spend a point of willpower to ignore wound penalties.
Okay.
Ugh.
All right. There is a way out of this. I just wish. Okay. would all three of you please make me, if you have it, a wits enigmas check.
I think I can make that roll.
Dice pool not compilable.
We can too. No, we do not have
No.
enigmas.
Oh God!
I have a gold.
Right?
Enigma's not a demon thing.
We
Yeah,
have
yeah. I need
Demons
to
have intuition.
Do you have any intuition, Saskia?
No, because it's not on my sheet, which sucks. But it's
But-
kind of weird because I do have a minus.
I think you can roll intuition without needing the skill
Yeah.
though. So
Correct. It falls in the
in that-
same category as
Talents, I think.
talent.
it's a talent,
Talent,
isn't it?
okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
So-
shoot! I do have intuition.
Okay, I will allow
Okay.
wits intuition instead.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Oh, helps if I'm in the right Discord channel. Just send a roll to my husband.
It's fun. I have 2 successes.
Okay.
I have 4 successes.
Okay.
Together, we're even more epic than Heather all by herself already is.
Yep. Leo
Mhm.
gets this sudden intuition
Yay! Poof.
that the reason children have dolls is generally because it's their friend or their protector or something to keep them safe. And in the case of Anna, she gets that same intuition, which she also realizes that children take their dolls with them when they go to certain things, and they also tend to take their dolls with them when they go to bed. And this kid appears to be playing, given that she's using her dolls to take someone's face. So it might be wise to send the child to bed. And it has been quite a naughty child. That's an indication of how to do it.
Anna is going to pull one of her books out of her bag. It looks like a beat up old book of fairy tales. And she's going to say, "Okay, it's bedtime. You've been naughty. Not so naughty you can't still get a bedtime story before you go to bed. And I have a book of the best bedtime stories ever written."
The little girl perks up a bit. Go on.
Yeah, Lilith's just looking at Anna with a look like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like she doesn't do childhood things.
Yeah. The little girl perks up, and when she does, the doll freezes, like goes rigid. You got a story for me?
Yeah. It's got
Can I
pictures
grab the
too.
doll and throw it away?
You want to come sit in my lap and I'll read to you?
Okay. The girl holds out one of her hands, and the doll flies through the air into her hand. She holds it, walks over, and perches herself on Anna's knee.
Anna will open up the book and hold it so they can both see it. And she will proceed to tell the story of Alibaba and the 40 Thieves.
Okay. At this point, Lile can heal Ryan so that he's no longer bleeding from a severe facial wound.
Yep. She's gonna do that. Yep. And sure, on the first one, I'm gonna spend a faith. Wow. That is 4 successes. So that was he had 1 egg left and 3 lethal,
And 4 lethal and 2 bashing.
4 lethal and 2 bash. Okay, so um, this is at least like the egg gone and
3 of the
3
lethal.
of the lethal gone.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna continue if Heather is doing the reading.
Yeah, that seems fair.
So that is
And that's everything else.
yeah, because I needed 1 lethal, and then with the other success, I have all the bashing.
Yeah.
Yep. So Ryan is now fully healed, his eyes fluttering open. And he is filled with the sudden momentary rage of that motherfucking doll.
Do you know Ryan's residence?
Go on.
Warlike. That would tell you
Feel
how his
free
fight
to
or flight reflex would go.
feel free to want to try and kill the doll.
I mean, there is Lila like literally almost on top of you, like healing you. So that's basically the first thing you see. I don't mind you pounding her if that's like a response reaction.
Let's see. He did just wake up. His response, his resonance is warlike. He might actually just throw that wake up punch.
Go ahead, do it.
What
Do
would be
it.
the difficulty of a wake up punch?
I'm going to say diff 8, because you're swinging on instinct and therefore more likely to swing wild.
Does hand-eye coordination apply?
Not when you've only just woken up. Your brain doesn't even have a chance to look at what's in front of you more than shape.
Okay, so the question would be brawl or martial arts? His martial arts is way higher than his brawl.
I'm going to say brawl, because martial arts requires brains. Requires like conscious ability.
That's a lot better for Lil, because he has no brawl.
Pure Dex.
Pure Dex. He's got a fuck ton of martial arts though.
This is where he accidentally knocks her out.
1 success. It's a 10. Doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
Okay, roll your damage.
2 bashing.
Okay.
Soak that bashing, Zaska.
Yeah. Let me try that. Nope. Taking
Looks like she got a pretty good shiner there.
Again.
Yeah. Chris, your characters keep hurting her.
Yeah.
So she had 1 black eye, now she has another black eye.
Yeah.
Yep. Only this time it was a cop that punched her in the face. Disciplinary will be hearing about you, young man.
No, I'm not gonna go to the cops. Fuck cops.
Right. Incidentally, throughout all of this, you will have noticed that this strange SWAT team did nothing. Like they only ever pointed their guns at the girl, but they didn't actually shoot anything. They took no actual action in defense of you.
As soon as Ryan realized what he just did, like, oh my god, I'm sorry. You okay?
Lil's reaction would have been actually to do the same and punch him, but she did not just wake up, so she has her fist kind of hanging there and is like, oh fuck, I just healed you. It's like, ass?
That would be a waste of effort.
Yeah. and she'll just kind of like, softly touch like the area around her eyes, like, fuck. Ow.
Heather,
Yes.
are you going to? Is that the book you mentioned with the magical property?
Yes, but I'm not going to attempt to activate it just yet.
Okay. You get maybe 5 or 10 pages into the story of Alibaba
Mm-hmm.
before the child falls asleep. When the child falls asleep, the doll falls out of her hand, hits the ground. It gets up, does a sweeping bow to each of you, and then vanishes. And a few seconds later, so does the girl as she fades away. And that's when I'm going to say that a horrifying thought hits all of you. You all assumed the doll was the puppet. Was it the little girl?
Anna is going to fall back, like just lean back so she's laying on the ground and grunt. Ah!
Yeah, Lile's just kind of clamber out of the ambulance, muttering about like fucking cops.
With a new shiner.
Yep.
She's not even going to heal herself first.
Typical police brutality.
Right.
Yep. All the SWAT team people who are like this group of 12 will, like, along with the paramedics, they'll all just sort of have a quick conversation with each other. Paramedics will leave. One of the SWAT people with the strange logo will come over, and he'll say, looking mostly at Lile, "So, Mr. C sends his regards. We were told to be here in case you need any assistance, but apparently we can report you don't. Well done." And he actually salutes Lile.
Next time you can fucking ask. You know how much you stand out in this neighborhood? This is insane.
He smirks and says, squint. Squint your eyes at me and see what happens.
I mean, that hurts. And she kind of points at her eye.
Fine. And the man turns around and calls over to a person crossing the street. Hey, yo! And the man looks over. And for a couple of seconds of blinking goes, fuck you! And walks off. And the man turns back to Lile and says, now, would any sensible person say that to someone who looked like they were in a SWAT team?
Lil is gonna give this a quick thinker because would they? I mean, Lil considers herself a sensible person, but she just kind of shrugs, I guess. So what? Some sort of perception filter, sci-fi bullshit.
It's this. And taps the symbol on his chest. All this stuff is enchanted. Even the van. Even the paramedics. To any person who, let's call it, isn't in the know, we look like a bunch of people hanging out outside of a building in a press van.
Huh. Well, cool, but yeah, I don't need help, and I will never be needing help at this place anymore because I will not be living here anymore. So I think my apartment is sort of compromised, as you guys put that, right? Isn't that police language? Kind of looks
Yeah.
over at Ryan. Like, isn't that police language, you know, compromised and shit?
Yes. Very.
So there you go.
To be fair, and he stops mid-sentence and pulls out his smartphone, checks it. He says, "Well, I wasn't expecting that. Looks like we're needed back at the estate. It would appear that Mr. C has..." and he looks at the message again. "Set fire to shrubbery." You see him like reread it twice more. Yeah. "Come quickly. Mr. C set fire to shrubbery. Topiary in danger." That has to be code. That's it. Well, I'll see you all another time, I guess. Come on, boys. Let's head back. Something's going on. They all load into the various vehicles and drive off into the night. When they get about maybe... Go on.
No, actually, before they drive off, like Lile would have stand there watching them, like kind of pack, and then finally, just before their door closes, like, "Do you need help?"
Stop the door. No. We've got your number. If it turns out this is something serious, you'll get a call. With any luck, it's just, I don't know, code for a gardening disaster. Which is luck. Door shuts, and they drive off. When they get about 20 meters away, it's like as soon as they cross like an invisible line on the road, you see the SWAT team cars transform into vans rather, advertising like the local main, basically advertising like Ireland's main TV stations. In the case of the ambulance, it transforms from a large vehicle bearing the symbol that was on the flak jackets to a normal Irish ambulance. And they all drive off in different directions.
Lile's just gonna turn around, look at the two mages that she doesn't know are mages. She looks at and asks, like, "I know you."
Hey, nice to see you again.
"Not really."
I mean, it would have been better if, I just ran into you at a coffee shop or something.
"Well, I don't know what you were doing in my apartment."
I came to investigate the green fire. Not gonna do that again.
Good
Nope.
thinking.
That's going to be an interesting report to write, because it wasn't copper. It wasn't the pipes. I can't exactly put what happened.
It was payback, or an attempt at it.
Which can't exactly go in the reports.
For the concert, or something
matter.
else?
Something else. Something not of your business else. Something my people else.
Cool.
Not really, but, well.
But definitely will agree. The apartment is compromised outside of the actions of the residents.
That seems like a fair thing to put in the report. Nice to meet you, by the way. I'm Anna.
Ryan Pierce. I'll offer a hand.
She'll shake his hand.
Oh, well, sorry about the black eye, Ron.
Yeah, we met. Peggy.
Nice to meet you, Peggy.
Sure.
So
Go on.
I'm guessing your people will be on top of this?
I guess. Yeah. I hope.
Cool. I will leave that in what I'm certain are more capable hands than mine.
Lil is just not going to respond to that because she knows her hands are most definitely not that capable, and but she's not quite sure whether anyone in court really has capable hands. She's highly doubting most of the people's effectiveness within court, so she's just gonna kind of shrug. Yeah.
Whatever this was, it would have been nice to have known beforehand.
It was fucking horrifying, that's what it was.
I mean, really?
Look, there's just some things man was not meant to know or see. And I saw them. And it was terrifying.
I mean, it was a big green fire with a person coming out of it. Sure, it's not like your average thing that you see on the street, but to call it something mankind wouldn't, it feels somewhat over. I don't know.
I think I'd rather deal with an active battlefield than that.
I didn't just look at it, I looked inside it. Cannot recommend.
Okay. Anything we should know? Anything interesting?
Um, Anna tries to think for a moment.
Hashtag pokes CST.
Yep. Anthony, is there anything interesting I would be able to articulate aside from sheer terror?
What you saw was the mind of a creature older than time and more inhuman, more alien than even perhaps, like, when you think about it, even the outsider creatures you've encountered might seemed more human because they had desires like predation and continued survival and to hunt. And they even took on earthly shapes. This thing was utterly beyond any conception humans have. And just thinking about it makes you shake. But if you had to offer a piece of advice, it would be that this thing wanted something very, very badly. You could see that much, that it wants something particular.
So Ryan and Lil will be able to see Anna start shaking and kind of rubbing her arms, like wrap her arms around herself and rub them almost like she's cold. whatever it was, whatever it wanted it badly. And was more inhuman than the doll that tried to kill you, Ryan. So, yeah.
Do you mean want, like, in general want, or specific in like, that apartment?
I don't know.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
Okay, I deal with some pretty terrifying things a lot. That's beyond my nightmares. Beyond anything my nightmares could produce.
Yeah, well, luckily, it's not necessarily for you to deal with then.
Yeah, luckily.
Well, thanks. And
You're welcome.
I'll see you guys around.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Think I might go clubbing or something.
As you leave, by the way, each of you will, for a moment, feel a hand in your pocket. It's very
Squirrel.
weird. When you look down, there's no hand, but you got that feeling that there was a hand in your pocket. And when you check each of your pockets, you will each find a small business card that just says C and a phone number.
Show off. And then we'll put it back and grab a cigarette and start smoking as she walks off to her car.
Yeah, that sort of effect actually takes effort.
Mm-hmm.
Anna's just gonna put the business card in a safe place in her wallet.
What does Ryan do with it?
Ryan looking over. God, it's he'll study it for a moment, trying to commit as much of it to memory as he can. I'll be making an Airtay roll. Hopefully this won't fucking botch. He's going to be using mine to try and commit more of it to memory. Try and enhance his memory for it. Okay. Let's hope not for another Paradox Spirit. 2 successes.
Okay. Incidentally, by the way, that Paradox Spirit wasn't a case of backlash. That was entirely because the thing that made the apartment go bang had basically poked a hole in reality.
Yeah. Did his paradox bleed off though when
Nope.
that happened?
Nope.
It accumulated.
Like I said, it wasn't backlash. But yes, you managed to memorize the phone number and the letter C. And I think with that, we'll end our scene. Thank you all for playing. Thank everyone watching for viewing this. And remember, kids, next time you decide to cast a spell, don't botch. Little girls with evil dolls do occasionally arrive. See you later.